And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with veteran lobbyist Jim Wadhams. So it was interesting to read the front page of the Reno Gazette-Journal this morning that former president of UNR, Joe Crowley, his firm, has gotten one of the first marijuana licenses and is able to begin operating. Whoever thought we would see the day?
You know, several elements of that statement are interesting. First of all, former UNR President Joe Crowley, extremely well respected. I think he did a tremendous job. And it's interesting, and not particularly because it's him, but because as we see these licenses being acquired in our state, there are a significant number of people in the business and academic community that have seen this as an opportunity to, at least at this point, deliver medicinal marijuana. Obviously, there is some interest in an initiative petition that's pending that would open up to recreational, but it clearly signals that there is a change.
What do you think about this notion of putting in a three-tier system similar to alcohol regarding marijuana?
Well, three-tier system for alcohol has worked for, I can't quite do the math, but certainly since the repeal of Prohibition. And it was designed to do several things, including making it simpler for the collection of taxes. And that system on alcohol has worked fairly well. As your viewers may know, there are some changes in that system that are being considered with craft breweries, craft distilleries, and we have some here in Nevada, both in the north and the south, that are making some changes in that system. So the proposal for marijuana is interesting because while there was only a short period of time in our country's history where we had prohibition, marijuana up until recently, maybe the last 5 or 10 years, has been considered a bad substance, and now we're moving into it. So I think the states that are moving carefully are wise. Whether we have to have a fully instituted three-tier system or not, I think our legislature is going to have to think about that pretty carefully.
Okay, last quick question here. Uber, are they going to end up being the company they want to be, which is a technological company, or are they going to be forced, if they want to operate in Nevada, to become like a taxi limousine company?
You know, that's a great question, and embedded in it are all sorts of issues. Uber is a fascinating technology. I have the Uber app on my telephone, and I've used that to get myself transported in other cities. Will Uber be here? Certainly they will at some point. It's an interesting business model, and I think the challenge is for our state legislators is to make sure that those basic issues of public safety are maintained. It's enticing to see this really cool app, and yet when you get in a car with somebody that's giving you a ride, you want to make sure you're not just hitchhiking. You want to make sure that that person has had some background check, that that vehicle is safe, that there's adequate insurance, all those basic elements of what state regulation has been about with taxi cabs.
Jim Wadhams.